What's up, everybody? It's time for an extreme Pictionary battle. I'll be the official guesser and judge for Pictionary today. And now it's time for our contestants to choose what they will paint. Today's category is wild card, which means it could be absolutely anything. All right, it is time for our players to pick their cards.
A snowman playing guitar. Is that the thing with strings?
Cam, since you won last time, you are going to go first. You're starting with a straight line, two straight lines. Oh, it looks like some kind of, you look like you put like a hat on those straight lines. Is it a mermaid? No, not a mermaid. Okay, maybe a tree. It could be anything. It's wild card round, so this could be absolutely anything. But I was seeing a tree, but then now this tree has a hand. Those are music notes. Okay, we have music notes. Is it an animal of some sort? Over here we have three circles. That looks like it could be, someone with three eyes. Maybe maybe it's a snowman. Is it a snowman? Okay, we have a snowman. Okay, you got the scarf. Thanks. I already know it's a snowman. So the snowman is a happy snowman. All right. So the snowman has music. Is this maybe like the snowman's instrument? Okay. Is this a snowman playing the guitar? Yes! All right. We are here with Rachel. Rachel, do you think that you can do better than Cam?
I've never painted with a broom before, but I was born for this.
All right, let's do it.
Dinosaur planting flowers. I know how to draw it, but how do you spell roar? R-A-O-W? I don't know. I'll just figure it out.
We have a semicircle that is turning into what looks like maybe the letter S. It could be an animal. I like this as like maybe a tail. Maybe it's a duck. Looks a little bit like a duck. Not a duck. Okay. Little tiny arms. So maybe a chicken. It has a look of defeat on its face. It looks like a beautiful little flower.
Yes.
Okay, it's a flower. Okay. Could this animal be a pet? No, it's not going to be a pet. Is it like a farm animal? I'm asking a lot of questions. Not a farm animal. Does this animal even exist? Oh, interesting. Okay, this animal does not exist. You're drawing the letter R, A, W, raw. Oh, it's supposed to say roar. You ran out of space. Roar. So this animal says roar. It doesn't exist anymore. Is it like a dinosaur? Is it a dinosaur that has an affinity for gardening? A dinosaur planting flowers. Yeah. Yes. Well, we had another great extreme Pictionary battle today, but today's winner is Rachel. Congratulations.
I feel like my painting was dynamite, but my spelling was extinct.
Exercise your brain by shouting out the answers to some brain teasers. People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? A fork. What tastes better than it smells? A tongue. Who is bigger? Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger, or their baby? The baby, because he is a little bigger.
Thoughts are powerful little conversations you have in your head that no one else hears but you. You know, thoughts like, what if I fail my test? He's always making fun of me. Will my friends be there? My stomach hurts. I want to go swimming. Thoughts can start off small and go away quickly, or they can grow to be so big and so bad that they ruin everything about your day. Because we are born with the desire to do wrong things, most of our thoughts are not ones that please God. We think about ourselves a lot, and many times we will find ourselves thinking about things that aren't true or right. The devil tricks us into thinking lies, and if we don't pay attention, those thoughts can get us into big trouble and make us feel terrible inside. But God created us to have minds that think, and He gave us the ability to catch our thoughts. When we do, we can check them to see if they match what He says is right and true. God's words have power, and can change any thought we have. And when we let him change the way we think, we'll see that thinking the way God thinks is totally what's best.
Think about what pleases God.
Everybody get on your feet. It's time to sing.
Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. I can think, I can use my mind to think about what is good, think about what is right. I can think, I can honor God with my every thought. He is all I want. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. I can think, I can use my mind to think about what is good, think about what is right. I can think, I can honor God with my every thought. He is all I want. Do this, think that, the world has got a lot to say. Our God says that the way we think has got to change. Catch it, check it, see what God has got to say. Let him change it. You'll see there is no better way. There is no better way. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Don't live the way the world lives. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Completely changed.
Great job. You can take a seat.
Let me tell you about this guy in the Bible whose thoughts got him into a lot of trouble.
Happens to the best of us. Who was it?
A guy named Samson.
Oh yeah, Sammy Sam. Wasn't he that superhero guy?
Yeah, kinda. God had given him the gift of supernatural strength.
So strong that he lifted up Noah's Ark with all of the animals inside and was like, "Come at me, rain."
No, dude. Samson lived after Noah. But to really understand why God gave Samson his special strength, let's go back to when he was a baby.
Wait, he had supernatural baby strength? Awesome.
Even as a tiny baby, Samson was set apart for a special plan God had for him. Before Samson was even born, God sent an angel to his mom to tell her that she would have a son who would bring God's people victory over their enemies.
Lex Luthor? Darth Vader? Cruella de Vil?
Nope, their enemies were, wait for it, the Philistines.
The Philistines? Who were they?
They were a really strong group of warriors. But in order for Samson to keep his special supernatural strength and help save God's people, there were a few rules he had to follow.
Like, don't eat SpaghettiOs in bed, or don't run up an escalator, or never ever throw cheese at a moving ceiling fan?
No, rules like don't eat any unclean food.
Oh no! Sammy Sam was having to throw his pizza into the dishwasher before he ate it? Poor guy.
No, unclean food back in Samson's day meant that you couldn't eat food from pigs.
Hold up! You're telling me Samson couldn't eat bacon or barbecue sandwiches?
Yep, no bacon or barbecue, or pork chops, or Uncle Carl's famous honey ham. It was all off limits.
Sheesh!
Well, the other really important rule for Samson was that he couldn't cut his hair.
Like, ever?
Yeah, if he cut his hair, he could kiss his supernatural strength goodbye.
I bet Sammy Sam was trying out some awesome hairstyles, like the super slick back, extreme mohawk, or mega triple man bun.
I kinda doubt that. As Samson grew up, the Spirit of God came upon him many times, giving him great strength to fight the Philistines. But he kept breaking the rules God had given him, and he didn't care about pleasing his parents either. It all started with Samson wanting to marry a Philistine woman.
Wait, a Philistine woman? He wanted to marry the enemy?
Exactly. His parents tried to tell him that this wouldn't please God, but all Samson cared about doing was what he wanted to do. So he married her anyways. Over the years, Samson fell in love with not one, but two Philistine women, and one of them was named Delilah.
So, did Samson and this new lady live happily ever after?
Not quite. The Philistines were dying to know the secret behind Samson's special strength, and they paid Delilah some money to find out for them.
And she fell for it, didn't she?
Yep. She tried to trick Samson into telling her where his strength came from, and she nagged him until he finally gave in. Instead of thinking about what would please God, he gave in to the pressure and revealed his big secret. If you shave my head, I won't be strong anymore.
Oof. Not smart. Big mistake, buddy.
It really was. While he was asleep, Delilah had someone cut off 7 braids from his head. When Samson woke up, the Philistines put him in chains and he couldn't break out.
Super strength gone. Mega bummer. So did he go from that superhero life to spending the rest of his days in prison?
Well, while Samson was in prison, his hair began to grow back. And one day, the Philistines brought Samson out and chained him to the pillar of their temple. There were 3,000 Philistines and many of their leaders inside.
I bet Sammy Sam was really wishing he had that super strength right about now.
He was. So he prayed and asked God to make him strong just one more time. Then he put one hand on one pillar, the other hand on the other pillar, and started to push. He said, "Let me die together with the Philistines." And he gave it all he had.
Whoa, seriously?
The temple came crumbling down on Samson along with the Philistines and their leaders.
And the super strength returns. Sammy Sam is back in action. See ya, fellas.
Samson actually defeated more Philistines on the day he died than he ever did while he was alive. And even though many of Samson's thoughts and actions didn't please God, God still used Samson to give his people victory over their enemy.
I guess God has a way of doing that, huh?
He really does. Samson's story shows us that we can all be tempted or pressured to think about wrong things that will make ourselves or other people happy. And when we do that, we miss out on the good plans God has for us. Instead of giving in, we can ask God to help us catch those thoughts and focus on what pleases Him.
Everybody get on your feet. Strike a pose like the one you see on the screen. See if you can freeze and hold it before it's time for the next one. That was fun. Now take a seat.
Meet Maylee. Maylee gets invited to a sleepover at her friend Sadie's house. But as they're getting settled in for the night, Sadie says that she wants to sneak and watch a movie that her mom says is off limits. Maylee knows her parents wouldn't allow her to watch it either. She wants to suggest another movie, but she worries Sadie will get mad. Plus, she thinks, is it really that big of a deal? What's the harm in watching it just this one time? Maylee can continue to let her thoughts spiral out of control and choose to watch the movie, knowing that it won't please God or her parents. On second thought, if mom and dad find out, will they ever be able to trust her? Oh no, she'll never be allowed to leave the house ever again, let alone go to another birthday party. Or Maylee can catch her thoughts and check them by thinking about what pleases God. Like, God chose us to live pure lives. Or, am I trying to please people? If I was, I would not be serving Christ. After Maylee checks her thoughts, she can let God change the way she's thinking, speak up for what she knows is right, and tell her new friends that she would rather watch something else. The world tells us that it's more important to think about what others think instead of thinking about what pleases God. But when we let God help us change our thoughts and focus on things that please Him, it will lead to what's best for us and maybe even help others make the right decisions too. Think about what pleases God.
Everybody get on your feet. It's time to sing.
With all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength, will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see. When things don't go my way, I'll talk to you, hear what you say, that's what I do. That's loving you. Trust that you'll turn it around, that's what I do. That's loving you. I will love you, God, with all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength. Will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see. Will love you, God, with all my heart and soul, with all my mind and strength. Will you show me, God, to love like you love me, so all the world will see.
Great job! You can take a seat.
Memorizing verses from the Bible will help us remember what God says when we're checking our thoughts. Let's see if we can memorize this verse from Romans 12:2 together. Say this after me. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Then you will be able to test what God wants for you. And you will agree that what He wants is right. Romans 12:2. Now let's see if you can remember it after we cover up some words. Don't live the way the world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Then you will be able to test what God wants for you. And you will agree that what He wants is right. Romans 12:2. Way to go!
Recap what we've learned today in exactly 10 words. No more, no less.
Think.
About
What?
pleases,
God.
not
About.
pleasing
Other.
people.
Yes!
Samson
Thought
about
what
he
wanted
instead
of
having.
chocolate chip waffles. That sounds good.
It really does. Let's go get waffles.
Yeah!
God
Wants
to
help
me
change
my
thoughts.
Go us!
I can pray. God, please change my thoughts.
Hot dogs, yarn, noodles? Oh no, Rachel!
Let's practice catching a thought, checking it, and changing it. What is something you've been thinking about a lot lately that's made you feel sad, or worried, or scared, or mad? Maybe you've been thinking about something that someone said to you, or something scary that you saw on TV. Pick one thought that comes to mind. Pretend your thought is a balloon. Now squeeze one hand like you're catching string on the balloon. Hold on to your thought balloon, and let's check it by asking God what He thinks. So tell God what's in your thought balloon and how it makes you feel. Ask God to show you what you should be thinking about. Since you've talked to God about your thought, you can let it go now. Just open up your hand like you're letting go of the balloon. Great job! The next time you have a thought that makes you feel sad, worried, scared, or mad, this is one way you can catch it, check it, and change it. Think about what pleases God.